Hi everybody, this is Oleg. Welcome to Oregon Preparedness. Well, I'm back from my vacation. It was great. It fell on my birthday. I left on the July 11th, which was precisely my birthday, and I came back this past weekend. And I took my family out. We went down to Las Vegas. We drove through some parts of California. We went to Mono Lake in California, which was kind of an interesting experience. I've been there before, but I wanted to show my kids. And we went through Death Valley. We didn't go everywhere. You need days to explore everything there is to explore. And then we went to Las Vegas. That was, of course, a great time. Loved every minute. My brother joined us with his wife. So anyway, it was just amazing time. And, he flew in. We drove. I had this big truck, Nissan Armada I rented. I actually rented a smaller one. I rented for the Edge, and they gave that one to me because free upgrade. So I thought, why not? It was a great rig, by the way. I averaged 18.3 miles to a gallon on a 2,000 mile trip, going faster than I should have. Anyway, it was good. I enjoyed that rig. And what I'd like to talk to you about today is as I drove through lots of desert, high desert, low desert, some desert on the way back in Oregon, in eastern Oregon, bunch of desert in Nevada and California, I couldn't help but think, for people who live in those regions, if they have to bug out, where they would bug out to. Of course, there is ways to get water at the desert. However, to get water in Oregon or Washington is a lot simpler because number one, rains a lot. Number two, endless rivers and lakes and streams. And in places like Nevada or big part of California, like Southern California, and even Eastern Oregon a little better, but still it's deserted. I was thinking, of course, driving through Death Valley, it was extreme. The heat was at 125 degrees. Rest of Nevada was anywhere from 95 to 115, depending on elevation. In Las Vegas, it was mostly between 110 and 115, the 5 days we stayed there. And everywhere is just rock, the deserted mountains. I love the view. I love to look at the mountains in the desert and those endless valleys, and I love to drive through them. But if you had to bug out, you'd have to bug out far away. And if you live anywhere in these kind of areas, you should have really good plan where you're gonna bug out to. Because in my opinion, I'm not an expert in surviving, especially in the desert. It'd be tough to survive with that kind of heat. Shelter, maybe you could find some kind of cave, but who's to say if that cave is not going to be full of rattlesnakes and scorpions? Water, heat, lack of water, and extreme heat, and all these nasty, dangerous creatures that are probably plentiful in the desert, I would think, would make it really tough to survive a day, let alone weeks or months. Plus, it's really hard to hide. There is no trees. In Oregon desert, there is some little trees you could potentially have little shade from and hide a little bit. But California and Nevada, and it's not my first time driving through there, but years ago I would just drive, oh how beautiful, I love the desert, You drive through Arizona, you see these huge cactuses, you're thinking, man, this is beautiful, this looks exotic. And you don't think about anything else. Now that I'm older, I'm into preparedness, and thoughts of bugging out are pretty much constantly on my mind. It doesn't matter where I go, I look and I think, would this be a good place to bug out to? Or maybe this is a good place to bug out from. So once again, if you live in an area like that, you know, anywhere that's in the desert or near the desert, in my opinion, you probably should make a plan to bug out somewhere further, depending where you are. Further north or east or west, it just depends where you are at. But somewhere where you can find lots of water, or some water, and some kind of woods where you can actually hide. And it'd be tough to find a place that would not have rattlesnakes or some kind of poisonous creatures. Very hard to find that in the United States, but there are there. Like for an example, you know, in Oregon, northwest part of Oregon, supposedly there's no rattlesnakes. Same thing in Washington. Pretty much the whole western part of Washington, no rattlesnakes. British Columbia, same thing. You know, if you go east in Oregon or Washington, there are rattlesnakes. And to many people, this may not be a big deal. It is to me. I hate snakes. And I think they present big problem when you're bugging out. That means crap is hitting the fan hard. If you get bitten by one of those nasty creatures, where are you going to go? Who's going to help you? You may not go to hospital, you may not get there on time, and you can die or you can lose your limb. It just creates all sorts of problems. I mean, Alaska, as far as I know, there's no snakes, and I think some places almost don't have them, like Michigan, I think, has only one kind of rattlesnakes, and it's very rarely seen, so it's almost snake-free zone. Plus there is lots of lakes in Michigan, you know, good place to bug out. Anyway, in my opinion, you should take in consideration snakes, as I mentioned in one of my videos several months ago, because they can make your life miserable or even end your life. So in my opinion, you know, when you're bugging out, you're pretty much living on luck and on chance, and that's one more bad chance that you want to avoid, in my opinion. So anyway, to sum it all up, in my opinion, if you live in the desert or near the desert, make a plan where you're gonna go beyond the desert. Alright, everybody, have a good day. If you have any comments regarding this issue, please put them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video if you find it useful, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Lately I've been making videos about every other day, about 3 videos a week. It comes full time, I'll go back to making videos every day, with the exception of Sunday. Alright, everybody, take care. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next upload. Take care.